Hi guys, welcome to Lenette Looks, or welcome back. I am super happy to be back with another awesome recommendation for you. And as I promised before in my last video, I was going to bring you a recommendation for a romantic comedy that I absolutely loved, I absolutely enjoyed, and here we go. Today I'm going to be talking about a movie that I saw, and it is a classic Hollywood film, a rom-com, a romantic comedy, because that is one of my favorites, and it is His Girl Friday. And I have the movie right here. So let's get into His Girl Friday so I can give you the gist of what this movie is about. Again, it is a classic film, and I was so not looking forward to seeing black and white, but thankfully my husband actually got me into watching more black and white films. I have fallen in love with watching these old classic Hollywood films. So let's get into His Girl Friday. This movie was released in 1940, and it stars Cary Grant as newspaper editor Walter Burns. If you haven't heard of Cary Grant, my God, he is absolutely amazing. So it follows him, he's a newspaper editor, and it follows Hildy Johnson. That role is played by Rosalind Russell, and she is a star reporter. She is absolutely amazing in her field. She's top notch. She is amongst all these guys, and she totally can hang with all the guys because, again, she is such an awesome star reporter. She just shines in her field, and she gets the utmost respect from all of them, from all the men there that are working in this newspaper company. I'm like fangirling over Cary Grant here because I absolutely love him. I have seen already several movies of his, and I am gonna watch them over and over again because he is so... Anyway, let me get into the meat and bones of what this movie is about, and then I can give my opinion on the actors in this film. So it follows Hildy Johnson, his ex-wife, Howard Burns' ex-wife, and he finds out that Hildy is engaged to get married. And not only is she engaged to get married, but she wants to end her career pretty much and just live a domestic, to be a domestic housewife in Albany, and you know, have that lifestyle outside of being a working career woman. Even though she's so successful at it, she feels like that's what she should be doing. You know, back then in the 1940s, most women were in the home while the man would go out to work. She sort of feels like this is what she wants to do in her life now. Like, she wants to experience being domesticated. Her fiance is played by actor Ralph Bellamy, and his name in the movie is Bruce Baldwin. And he is an insurance agent, and he is looking forward to having her leave her career and be at home and have children, etc. You know, live that housewife sort of role. So she's gotten engaged. Her ex-husband, played by Cary Grant, Walter Burns, is not feeling it. He is not liking the fact that his ex-wife, this power star reporter who he knows she is like one of the leading reporters, she's top notch, he does not want her to do that. He totally does not want her to do that. He wants to see her, and she goes into the office, and literally when she goes in, you see the opening of this film, she goes in and you can see the power play, the power she holds. She's so classy. She is like so admired in her field and respected. So when she walks in, you can see her, like how she's moving. She's a powerful woman, how she's dressed. Again, she can hang with all the guys. They all respect her. A beautiful woman who is just ahead in the game. Walter is like, no way, I need to see you right away, come to my office. This is how it's introduced, where he needs to see her. He's trying to, through this whole movie, get her to see that her calling is not to just leave her career and just be a housewife, but that she is such an awesome reporter that she needs to stay and not leave her career. On a side note, he also doesn't want her to leave and get married because he still wants his ex-wife. He still wants to, it is his ex-wife, but he still wants to have her in his life, and he does not want her to get married at all. So you see this being played out, and the way he tries to lure her back into the company is I'm not gonna give you everything here, but I wanna like display, put all the cards out there so you know like how this is opening up. It's so entertaining. It is really such an entertaining film, and I'm gonna watch it over and over again. You will laugh. You really will laugh through this. You're gonna get pulled in by the charismatic Cary Grant. He is so charismatic, so debonair, so quick on his feet, very sarcastic in a funny way. And you're gonna get to see him when he meets her fiance, who is so like, he's kind of like boring, tame, totally different than Walter, her ex-husband. He's like the total opposite of him. So when he meets him, you're gonna see the remarks and everything, the way that he he talks to him and everything is so funny, and I just couldn't wait to see what he's gonna say next. And him and Hildy, Walter and Hildy, the way they go back and forth, the banter, the conversations, this film is going to surprise you. How rapid, how fast talking the dialogue is. I was so amazed at how these actors were able to know their lines and say it in such a fast-paced way, but it totally worked in this film for me. It totally worked in this setting, in the newspaper room, where everything is fast-paced and they want to get the next report and the next thing going on. It just worked. It really did work. And not all movies does that work, because this movie was directed by Howard Hawks. He did that purposely for the actors to talk faster and more rapidly and more like just hit their lines super fast and go back and forth and step on each other's lines, you know, talk over each other as if, you know, in real life, some people do that, especially when you're working in a field that's very fast paced. People are talking over each other and stuff. So he instructed the actors to do that on purpose, and it totally worked. But there's another film called Bringing Up Baby with Cary Grant again and Katharine Hepburn. He instructed again to have that rapid paced dialogue. Cary Grant, he shined in the movie. I loved him in that movie, but I did not love him with her. The way she carried on doing that, it was not a good role for her at all. And oh my God, to me, I didn't even want to finish watching that movie, but that's for another video. I was reading and listening to an interview. They talked about a little bit about Howard Hawks directing, and in that particular film with Katharine Hepburn, that it almost ruined her career. Can you believe that? Because of the style and the way that the dialogue and everything was. Cary Grant carried that movie, although I didn't like it. I didn't even want them to be together, but he totally carried that movie, and it just fell apart for Katharine Hepburn. I just did not like it, and a lot of people didn't. So anyway, the dialogue is super fast, but it's so catchy. It's the banter between Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell, they did such an amazing job. It is so entertaining. There is also a political aspect to this, because when Howard Burns, when he asked his ex-wife in an effort, he doesn't tell her this blatantly. He's doing everything under the cover, under wraps, so she doesn't feel like he's trying to make her do anything she doesn't want to do. He basically wants, before she leaves, in an effort to have her back, in an effort to not have her leave, he wants her to report on this criminal. He murdered a cop, and he wants her for her last and final report to report on this. So it gets very political, it gets very heightened, and you'll see the crime in this. You'll see the story unfold before your eyes in this film. So there's a lot more layers to this other than her wanting to leave and live a domestic housewife sort of life. And you're gonna see the story unfold. Is he innocent? Is he not innocent? Hildy Johnson, she's pulled into this. She can't help it. She cannot help it. When you love to do something, when you love your career, like, wow, she's enticed now by this. Like, he leaves this platter of goodies in front of her, like, this is what I need you. I need you. You can't go. You know, he's like, you can't go. I need you to do this. Please stay. Please stay so you can do this last and final report. I need my all-star reporter for this. So she's totally pulled back in, and you are going to, I mean, if you're like me, you're gonna love this film. I laughed. I was on my toes, you know, with the crime, and there's nothing gory in this, but it has so many elements. It's gonna keep you entertained from beginning to end. The rapid fire pace, just the way they are with each other, Walter and Hildy. Like I said, the dialogue, it's amazing. I just enjoyed myself watching this movie. You're going to love it. This is a Hollywood classic film. This is a treasure among the classic Hollywood films. Don't miss it. If you're familiar with screwball comedies, you know, they have some more outlandish, silly parts to it. Back then, you know, screwball comedies came about during the Great Depression, and obviously, you know, laughter is very healing, very stress relieving. This is one that you don't want to miss. You don't want to not see this. If you love romantic comedies, even if you don't, this has so many other elements in it other than just romantic. You're not going to see like the super romance in this, but it still pulls you in. It is that, you know, because everything that's going on is for a purpose of, you know, love. The love that he has for Hildy. And you know what else I really loved about this film? It shows a woman who is in power in her career, in power in her life, it seems. And she really feels like now it's time for her to experience what it's like to not have a career, to be a domestic housewife. Her being like torn as you go further into the film. And as a woman, wow, back then you can see like it being such a, even today, it's really hard, you know, for you to give up your career and be, if it's a career that you really, really love, for you to give it up to, you know, to have children and everything like that. It's a sacrifice. And you can see her go through that, that emotional aspect of leaving something that you love, and she doesn't even know, like, she's all for it, like she's super excited, but through the film you see her evolve and see her come back to really, like, how you just see how much she enjoys and how much she loves doing what she does. And you know what, that's really amazing, because not every day or every person you meet enjoys what they do in life. And you spend most of your time working, right? You might as well try to seek or not give up trying to do something that you love for the rest of your life. You know, you spend so much time working, and might as well find something that you enjoy. And when you do, wow, to have the thought of giving it up, I don't know, it's pretty life-changing. So I highly recommend this movie. I highly recommend it. I think you will laugh. I think you will be entertained. Get the popcorn out. Get your favorite snacks. You are going to be really captivated by these two. And the supporting actors, oh my God, don't sleep on them either, because everyone in this film played a integral part in making this so successful. But I'm not gonna underestimate Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell, how amazing they were together. The chemistry was off the charts. The way they were together, I mean, you can light a match and that thing will go on fire. They just have so much heat and chemistry between them. You don't even have to see them kissing or anything like that to feel the connection that they have. When you meet her fiance, Bruce Baldwin, you're going to be like, I was like, really? Like, she went from Howard, her ex, to him, to Bruce, but because he's so tame. He's so tame and you would say boring almost. Yeah, and I think as women, it's to bring that up again, the career versus family, till today, you know, you experience that tug of war. Hildy isn't at that point where she has children yet, but she's obviously planning to have kids. She wants to have a family. She wants to have this life that, you know, back then it wasn't as common for a woman to be at the height of a career or equal like the men in the same field. So she's a unique character, and you're gonna see her swag. You're gonna see her power plays, and you'll see like how her and her ex are just, they're magnetic together. They really are. So I give this 1 out of 5. You know I'm giving this 5. I give this 5 stars, or 5 popcorn, 5 stars all the way. And you're gonna fall in love with Cary Grant. You're gonna fall in love with Rosalind. I really hope you enjoy this movie. I hope that you watch it. I hope that you're wanting something to watch, brand new, something different. And don't be deterred that this is in black and white. Do not, because I was, and I shouldn't have, because now I'm like all into it. I love sitting down watching one of these black and white movies. And yeah, I'm happy that I have this now as something that I want to see over and over again. And I know that it's going to make me laugh. It's going to get me into it all over again. You know, and I'm not one to watch movies over and over again. You're not going to be disappointed. At least I don't think so. And if you watch this movie, please comment. What did you think about it? Have you watched anything with Cary Grant in it, or Rosalind Russell? And if you did, leave the movie below. I'd love to have more recommendations to watch these classic unforgettable. This one is a classic, unforgettable Hollywood film. So on that note, guys, I will see you on the next one.